Tonight we're just going to do a basic salad, but we're going to jazz it up just a little bit. And I wanted to show you a couple of the steps that I'm taking for this salad. And I'm actually roasting some grapes, and that's something you may not have ever thought about. Now, in my little toaster oven, these things roasted really quickly and was probably only about maybe 5-10 minutes. And you can see how nice they are and juicy, and they start to kind of pop open. So I'm going to let those cool because we're going to add those to our salad. Another thing that I want to do is roast some walnuts. You can roast almonds, you can roast cashews, pine nuts, whatever you want, but we're going to do walnuts tonight. And all I did was take a handful or two of some chopped walnuts, put them in a little pan, no oil, and then you just turn on the fire under low heat and just kind of let them go. You need to shake them every once in a while. They will burn very quickly if you're not careful. So just kind of keep an eye on them. And these have already been toasted. So those are ready to go, and they've been sitting here cooling. So now let's put our salad together. I'm going to do kind of a Mediterranean version tonight. I have in my bowl, I already have a mixed spinach and just some mixed greens that we put in the bowl, organic. I'm also going to add in some microgreens. If you've watched any of the other videos, you know I've been talking a lot about microgreens, and I'll be doing another video mainly on just them and growing them. But they are full of nutrients. There's cancer-fighting nutrients, just all kind of health benefits in these microgreens. So I'm going to add a couple of handfuls of those to the salad. I have some hothouse or English cucumber. I like to use these mainly because the skins are so tender, you don't have to peel the cucumber at all. And I didn't seed this one either, so we just have up the chopped cucumbers. We add those in. I have some fennel and some red pepper. You can see the fennel here. Just kind of slice up the fennel. And the red pepper, we're going to add that in. Okay. Then I am going to add in, since we're going with a little bit of a Mediterranean style here, I'm going to add in some olives and some green peppers. I'm sorry, just green olives and black olives. I don't know where green peppers came from. Okay, so that's this part of the salad. I want to make the dressing, and then I want to add some feta cheese, and we're going to then add the grapes and the walnuts to this. So let me show you really quick the key to this, or I should say the real pizzazz to this salad is the dressing. And this is a take on a Caesar dressing. Now, I'm not putting the egg yolk in it, but I am using anchovy, and you can use the jar of anchovies, or you can make it easy and you can just use this anchovy paste. So what I have in my mortar, and got my pestle, my mortar and my pestle. I've got, you could use one large clove of garlic, and I just smash it and then take the peel off, and 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt, sea salt or kosher salt. And since I'm using this instead of the anchovies out of the jar, I did, if you can kind of see, I did a couple of squirts. You can use 1 or 2 anchovies, depends on the flavor that you want. And you don't have to add anchovies if you don't like them, but I'm going to tell you, you will never even know they're there when you mix them up in the dressing. You could also use a garlic paste if you wanted to, instead of messing with the garlic, and you could just use a few squirts of a garlic paste. All right, so I have these in the mortar and pestle, and I'm going to smash it around because I want to get the garlic all smashed up. You can do this in a little food processor too. You don't have to do it this way. You can definitely use the other way. And you're using the salt because you really want to get this garlic more like a paste. You'll be able to see here in just a minute what I'm talking about. or you can use it in a small little food processor as well. If you were using the anchovy, the whole anchovy out of the jar, then this would be how you would mush those up too. The salt gives you the coarseness that will turn this into a paste. Just about there. There's still some pieces of garlic. And I want to really get smushed up. I don't know, it's kind of fun doing it with the mortar and pestle, to be honest with you. And I haven't used it in a while, so I wanted to use it. You can use a teak wood or an olive wood like this. This is one that I brought back from Italy, or they have stone ones, marble, that you can use as well. All right, just about have that mushed into a paste. A few little pieces are being stubborn here. All right, I've mashed that all up, and you can see that it turns into a nice paste. I'm going to add that. You can do this in a mason jar with a lid. If you have a salad shaker, you can definitely do it in the salad shaker. We're going to scrape the rest of this off in here. Okay, now I'm going to add 3/4 of a tablespoon, or a teaspoon, excuse me, of a stone ground mustard. You can just use a Dijon, you can use yellow mustard if that's what you have. You can see I got a kind of a heaping spoon in there. I'm adding a 1/4 cup of olive oil. Use a good quality olive oil. This is a first press, and we brought this back from Italy with us, but you don't have to go to Italy to get your olive oil, but I do recommend that you use a nice quality olive oil. So buy a good one at the store. So I'm going to add a 1/4 cup of the olive oil. And I'm actually even going to now add in about 3 tablespoons of grated up Parmesan. And we are going to put some feta actually on the salad, but we're putting Parmesan in the dressing. And we're going to shake, 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 shake. And I'm probably going to add a little bit more olive oil to it, especially since we didn't add the egg in. You can definitely add an egg yolk. So maybe another couple of tablespoons. I'm about to empty this bottle. And we're going to shake it all up again, but so you can see it has nice bits of the Parmesan in there. Okay, let me just taste this real quick. That is so good. A little on the salty side, but you don't have to salt your salad. I actually realized I forgot to tell you to add lemon. So it's about 3 tablespoons of a fresh lemon, just the lemon juice, half of a lemon in your little lemon press. Added that to it, shook it up, and it was perfect before, it's even more perfect now. All right, let's throw the rest of the salad together. I'm going to throw the grapes in. I'm going to throw the walnuts in. Let me get those all in here. You may ask, why did we toast the walnuts? Well, basically, in any kind of a nut, when you toast them, it just really brings out the natural oils and adds really nice, stronger, nutty flavor. Now, I'm also going to add my feta. I have some left in my package from the other night when we did the stuffed Swiss chard leaves. Gonna put this all on there. Put a little bit more in here. A little bit more. And you can use the feta crumbles. This is actually, since this is dairy-free, this actually it's not dairy-free, excuse me, because I'm using a sheep's milk feta. Okay, and
The Parmesan was dairy-free.
the Parmesan was dairy-free. Okay, and then you would just add your salad dressing. I like, if I'm going to use the whole bowl for a dinner party, I would go ahead and dress it, but since we're going to be just adding it to individual bowls, I'll dress it when I put it in our bowls. So there's our salad. I hope you will enjoy it. Quick and easy, nice little Mediterranean flair. And I'm going to fix some fish, and we're just going to have fish and salad tonight. So definitely a Mediterranean healthy meal. Now we're going to fix the fish. I want to show you how I'm going to do it tonight. Just a really light, quick, little cooked fish. I'm using haddock, and this is actually just a package of the frozen haddock that we picked up at Whole Foods. So you can use frozen fish, you can use fresh fish, you can use whatever kind you want. You could use halibut, you could use mahi, you could use cod. But I'm using the haddock, which is still a fairly firm fish. Now, when I thawed it out and I rinsed it and I patted it dry so I'd get the water off of it, then you want to season it pretty liberal with your salt and some pepper, just a few grinds of the pepper. I've seasoned one side already, and I'm out of my Borsari seasoning, so we're just going to use salt, pepper, and the everyday blend from the Cocoa Exchange. If you have it, use whatever seasoning that you happen to have, but I do, if you can find the Borsari, or if you can order this everyday blend, while it's 60% off before the end of the month from the Cocoa Exchange, that'd be great. So I've seasoned those up. Now I'm going to put them in my pan that I have heated about a tablespoon of vegan butter and a few little, just kind of went around the pan a couple of times with an olive oil. Now you may be saying, why are you using both? Well, I don't want it to burn, so the combination of the two allows you to have a little bit higher heat, and it raises the smoke point on it. So the butter isn't going to burn, and then you get the butter flavor as well instead of just the olive oil. So I'm going to drop them in my skillet. It's not going to take long for these to cook. You just kind of shake them around. Just let them sit. But I'll tell you one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to tilt my pan, and I'm going to baste my fish as it's cooking. And once it's done, then we're just going to make a really quick butter, wine, and a little bit of lemon juice sauce to baste over it, and then we're going to put it on our salad. This will be ready to flip in no time. All right, I flipped the fish over already, and if you can see, it's already starting. This one didn't get quite as crusty, but this one was really starting to get kind of cooked and brown, which is what you want. Now, if you're using a fish with the skin, leave the skin on and let that cook. You can pull it off when you go to eat it. I'm going to add just a touch of a white wine. That might have been a tablespoon. And I'm going to add just a touch of lemon, fresh lemon again, squeezing it. I'm adding that directly onto the fish. Now while we finish, it's not going to take long, we're going to baste up, and I'll tell you, I learned this little technique of tipping up my pan and basting my fish from my good friend and mentor who taught me so much about cooking really wonderful, tasteful, quick, restaurant quality food from home, and that was Chef Gaspar. Okay, I'm just going to keep basting this. It's getting pretty done. It's pretty starting to kind of flake apart. We'll leave it just a few more minutes, and then I'll show you how we're going to serve it. I'm going to dress it. I pulled the piece of fish off. You are not going to believe how moist your fish is cooking it that way. Put it on my bed of lettuce, and I'm going to just drizzle some of the Caesar around. And that's probably going to be plenty. You can always add more if you want, and you can add your dressing before you put the fish on top. I'm just going to add a few little microgreens to the top. And there you have it. We're ready to eat. So I hope you'll try this. It's really quick, it's easy, and it's so healthy. And if you like fish, this is a great way to fix it. So enjoy and bon appetito.